Graham?
Oh, I know.
Rich and Emma, Mum and Dad, Grant and Cheryl, relatives and friends. It's a great honour to be stood in front of you all here today as Richard's best man, and to celebrate the occasion of him getting married to Emma. When Rich asked me if I would be his best man, I was overjoyed, as it meant that my little brother was getting married. So I think I was beginning to doubt that we'd ever see. But here we are. Over the years, Rich and I have been through a lot together, and I would like to think that we're more than brothers, we're best mates also. Our early years were spent growing up in Cleethorpes, and somehow we made it into our teens, with all of our limbs intact and maintaining full complement of eyes, fingers and toes. Rich and I, from an early age, were very good at inventing all manner of dangerous games and activities, which usually revolved around objects of varying shapes and sizes being thrown and shot at each other. Dad's greenhouse didn't stand a chance. Anyway, we both made it through in one piece, and then when Rich was 13 and I was 17, our family moved to London and our lives would change forever. Rich finished school in London and went to work for the government in the civil service, and has served in various departments and held several responsible positions over the years, and remains there to this day. Which partially explains why he was in such a mess at the moment.
We take full responsibility.
Well, they say marriage is made in heaven, and as Richard said, this one was made in the pub. The Royal Oak, to be exact. For those of you who don't know, this is the public house in central London, in Pimlico apparently, where Rich and Emma met shortly after Emma arrived in London. And Rich would regularly congregate with his work colleagues to discuss vital government issues of the day.
Gaz, you banned.
Rich would meet with his colleagues to discuss vital governmental issues of the day, such as the latest footy scores and whose round is it next. Emma would observe the proceedings from the bar, and seeing Rich in his natural environment, it would not be long before she was hooked. They began dating, and it was not long before they became serious, with Emma then moving in with Rich. For many years, up until this point, Rich's flat resembled the inside of a cave. Provided basic shelter. But thankfully, following a programme of modernisation, which took longer to build a new Wembley Stadium, it's now a more fitting environment to begin married life. Rich, your domestic skills will now need to improve drastically. You'll now be required to know what some of the appliances in your kitchen actually do. And the thing over in the corner by the window, it's a sink. The more you use it, the more Emma will love you. It will now also no longer be acceptable to make a chili using cat food.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Rabbit flavour catkins is now strictly off the menu. No matter how smooth it makes your skin feel. It has been noted, however, that since moving in together, Rich's consumption of alcohol is dramatically reduced, as he now leads less of a bachelor lifestyle. And unpleasant and embarrassing incidents in varying stages of inebriation are now thankfully more rare. Such as the time when we attended a music show while on holiday in Florida, Richard had consumed sufficient quantities of the local brew to the point where he thought he could play the piano. In front of hundreds of amazed spectators, he ran onto the stage, sat down next to the pianist, and attempted to give him a hand, having never previously played a note. The security guards were on him quickly. Promptly escorted back to his seat and kept under observation for the rest of the evening. He is, however, quite an accomplished guitar player, and I have to say I blame myself for not having taken up playing an instrument and denying the world what would have undoubtedly been Britain's equivalent to a racist. With beer having previously played a rather large part in his life, a couple of years ago Rich wanted to arrange for himself and a few of his beer-loving chums to take a tour of one of London's historic breweries, to be then followed by consuming copious quantities of their product. They chose the Young's Brewery, where they've been making beer for over 400 years. Now, places on the tours are limited and advance booking is required. So after much toing and froing, they arrived at the brewery, only to be told by officials that there were too many people in the party. And they'd exceeded the limits and not everybody would be allowed to go on the tour. Some disappointed volunteers agreed to leave and take the tour another time and left muttering profanities in Rich's direction as they went. And so from that moment on, Rich was branded with being unable to organise and piss up in a brewery. So, Emma, now you know what you're getting yourself into. You look beautiful tonight, darling. Seeing you and Rich together and how happy you are together is a joy for us all to see, particularly for our parents. I love your never-ending cheerfulness, your friendly personality, your infectious laughter, and I admire your bravery in coming to England on your own. And I'm proud that you're my new sister-in-law. It's been great meeting your mum and dad this week, and we're delighted they're here from New Zealand to celebrate your marriage with us. Rich, you're a great brother. You're extremely funny, very generous, intelligent, wise.
So can you say that again? What did you say?
We've had a lot of good times together, and I hope there will still be a lot more to come. It just remains me to wish you a long and happy marriage filled with love and laughter. So could I ask everybody to raise their glasses and join me to a toast to the newlyweds, Rich?
Rich and Emma. You have to name the tune that we have to say.
Right then.
Okay. I did her brain.
Marvellous.
That's so tasty. What's up?
Well, that was good.
No. Only me. I'm the youngest.
So, Rich, do you want me to get your beer, mate?